Hi guys, I'm Ryan Houston and welcome to my fly tying channel. This channel contains hundreds of different videos covering all manner of different patterns, techniques and styles of fly tying. There's something here to suit almost everybody, so hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, let's get on with the show. Hi guys, so today we're going to tie a little brown trout lure. So whenever I was growing up, anytime there was a flood on the river, I always used to fish a black and red lure, essentially, for wild brown trout, and it always did well for me. So this is the version I would use today of that. So I'm tying it here on a size 10 B175. We're just using black tying thread. And we're going to put on a little bit of lead wire to weight this. So we'll just brush on a little bit of super glue. And then put the wire on. The wire will stick to that. So as you can see, I'm sort of using the central portion of the hook for this, and the reason for that is that I don't want it too tight to the head, otherwise I'll end up with difficulty stepping down and cramming or cramping the head, and also at the back for the same reason we want a taper to this. So for the tail, what I'm going to use is Glow Bright number 4. So we take a length of Glow Bright, and then what you want to do is double it over, and then double it again, and double it again. So that means we're going to end up with 8 strands. I'll then cut the loop, tie that in across its middle, and fold it back, and then wrap back on it to the point where we want the tail to start, and then pull this back and cut it off at about a shank's length or so. And the Glow Bright will just give you a really nice bright red tail. If you want, you can brush it just to separate it all out. So what we're going to use for the tail etc. on this fly, or the zonker strip, is black zonker strip. So this is probably about 2 mil wide. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to separate this out, wet my fingers a little bit, and just separate the strip out so that it's like this, and then we're going to tie in on this gap that we've created. So turn across, a couple of turns across, then pull your strip back and put a couple of turns in front, and then pull it forward again and get another couple of turns in there, and that should hold that in position. We'll just pull it back now and wrap tight up to the back. This will keep this out of the way. So for the body, well, the body's be black. What I'm going to use here is a bit of Spectra dubbing in Fiery Black. So this is a Sci-Fi product, Fiery Black Spectra dubbing. You don't need a huge pile of this. It's quite fine. It tends to dub fairly well. Keeping this out of the way can be a little bit of hassle doing this, but spin that on, get a few fibers caught, and start to tighten it up. And we want to get that gap tightened up to the back of the lead wire, and then start to advance over the wire. To get to the front, we're just going to drop off the front of it, and you can see again we're sort of tapering down here. there's any wire showing, just put on a little bit more dubbing. And then to finish the fly, we just pull the zonker strip forward. And then what we want to do is just separate the hairs out like we did for the tail sort of, and then tie that in. So if you want, you can take more of this fibre from further forward and you'll get a heavier dressed fly and a bigger head. Or if you separate it exactly at the point, then you can end up with quite a small and neat head. So if you want, you could also fold that back and tie over it if you want the zonker strip to be extra secure. And then just cut the back of the strip. So that's extra secure, tying it in that way, but you will end up with a tiny little bit here on it. So what you want to do then is to stroke all back and just create the head in a nice solid cone type shape. And then I'm just going to run a little bit of super glue onto my tying thread there, and then I'm just going to wrap the head with that, and that will seal it. While that's still wet, then I just half hitch down into it and cut it off. And all that remains there then is we let that dry and we'll put on a coat of clear varnish. So that's the fly tied. Very simple, but as I said, for some reason I always found this colour combination to really appeal to wild brownies, especially on a falling flood. So, and it'll work in still waters as well. So hopefully you like what you see. If you did, give us a like, subscribe, check out all the other videos on the channels, and until next time, thanks for watching.